What are you going to create for yourself in 2024? Hey, friend, welcome back to the Finding Freedom podcast, where we talk about how to feel more calm, connected, heart centered, grateful, abundant, and empowered so you can find true freedom and create the life you were meant to be living. Can you believe it's 2024? I hope you had a great holiday period. You may still be on holidays or you may already be back at it. I took a couple days rest, which was really nice. And as you probably know, if you've been following me a while now, I'm riding solo here, currently located in Townsville. And Christmas Day, for example, it was raining a lot. So I stayed in with the cats and cooked and potted and caught up with some stuff I'd wanted to do in a while. So my break was great too. Now, before we get into today's episode, did you reflect on your 2023 yet? Did you take the time to sit down and go through your year past and see how you evolved through the massive experiences you had? Because I know if they were anything like mine, they were pretty massive. If so, well done. And if not, I really do encourage you to do this. That reflection part is just it's so beautiful and it's so important and it's so valuable to just take the time and just be so grateful for what you experienced this past 12 months. I published an episode on December 22nd, so please do go check it out. And this episode will guide you to reflect on the different things. And I give you some of my own personal examples to hopefully help you as you're reflecting. You can definitely do today's practice along with the reflection practice. And in fact, that would be an awesome combination. But let's dive into the show for today. Today, I want to talk to you about 2024. And what better time than to start creating what you want right now, especially if you're still on holidays. Whether you've sat in an intentional space of creation for yourself and your life before or not, I'm so excited that you're listening to this episode because today you're going to plant a seed and that seed will likely grow over the next period of time and the rest of the year as your mind processes the answer to the question, what do I want? And we really want to be asking ourselves this question on a regular basis because if we're not, what are we living for, right? Why do we do what we do? We should be doing it because it's what we want to do. And I'm not saying that to be selfish or disregard the other people in our lives, but it is really important that you think about what it is that you want for yourself, for your life, for every single facet of your life. But as you go through this process today, you can simply do it sitting on the couch or where you usually journal, whether that's in the morning or the evening. Or you can actually be super intentional about it. You can create a space for manifestation and sit in ceremony with yourself, calling in all the guidance, love, and support that is all around you at all times. You can light candles, place crystals around. You can even pull some tarot or oracle cards, play some beautiful music, diffuse a beautiful aroma, and so on. Just really create that atmosphere for yourself. So you pick however you'd like to do it. There's no right or wrong. Make it a big deal or just keep it pretty chill. But whenever you're there, whenever you're ready, you've reflected on your 2023, it's time then to move into that energy of 2024. And we're going to start that right now with a little visualization. So to prep yourself for this little visualization we're about to do right now, all you need to do is be sitting on a chair, comfortable, in a place where you're safe and you can close your eyes and relax. If you're currently driving, listening to this, of course, please just listen. You can still do the reflection in your mind as you're driving, but do not, of course, close your eyes. And when you're ready, let's begin this visualization. While sitting up, feet firmly planted on the floor, back straight, neck straight. Close your eyes, and for a moment, take the time to settle into your body and your breath. And let's start by taking 3 nice clearing breaths. This is where you breathe deeply in the nose and just let it all go. With a big exhale out the mouth, you just dump the air out. So breathing in nice and deeply through the nose. And then exhale out the mouth. Let all the muscles go, let all the tension go. 2 more times. Nice big breath in the nose. All the way to the top, fill it up, and then let it go. Let everything go. Last time, breathing in nice, big, deep and full breath through the nose. And exhale it all out. You can even sigh it out if you want. Come back to a nose breath. You should be feeling more relaxed now. Just allow yourself to stay in this space of stillness, breathing gently and slowly, feeling really grounded in your body. I want you to see yourself in your mind's eye. Who is this most empowered version of you that walks through life knowing that you're unstoppable? See that person. This is not arrogance. This is you believing in yourself. It's as simple as that. This empowered, unstoppable version of you walks with love and compassion in your heart. So what does this version of you look like? And how do you spend your days? What are the things lighting you up, giving you meaning and purpose? Is it the same as what you're doing now? Or is something different? Has something changed? How does this version of you feel when you wake up in the morning? Inspired to start your day, grateful for the most incredible opportunities. What about your routines? Have they changed? See yourself walking through your day, feeling inspired and grateful. You give without expectation of receiving, and you inspire others to do the same. Now let's think about the people in your life. Who are the most important people around you that support you and that you support? Just visualize the networks of people around you, the community, and the feeling that you have around those people. And what about where you live? Where does this empowered and unstoppable version of you live? Do you live in the same place or somewhere else? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Let's go deeper now into your feelings. In order to embody a higher version of yourself, an empowered, unstoppable you, what would you have to feel? What emotions fill the empowered and unstoppable version of you every day? And how does this empowered and unstoppable version of you move through difficult emotions? Is it the same way you did in the past? Or has something changed? Let's move on now to thoughts and beliefs. How does this empowered and unstoppable version of you think? What are the 70,000 thoughts that swirl around your head every day about? What are those thoughts that you have about yourself and your life? And what do you think about others? How have these thoughts changed from what they once were? Can you connect these thoughts to the emotions that you feel every day? Can you feel the connection? Let's dive even deeper into this space. What beliefs do you now live by? Think about the beliefs that always held you back. The victim mindset you once lived in, the lack, the fear. You've eliminated these, so take note of what you now believe about yourself, your life, your future, your relationships, the things you like to do, and anything else you want to reflect on. And just stay with this version of you, this empowered and unstoppable 2024 version of you a little longer. Really feel into what it means to be you in 2024. And when you're ready, bring your awareness back to the present moment. Connect back to your body. You can start to wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. My friend, how do you feel? Did you get a really good visual of who you want to be? I want you to believe that you are this person, because you are. As soon as you think of it, you create it. This is how the quantum works. The version of you that you desire is waiting for you to merge with him or her. But in order to get there, you have to meet him or her at the same vibration, which is likely higher than where you are now. And by higher, I don't mean better. You're always perfect. You're always exactly where you're meant to be. To create something new, to up-level yourself, you have to step into a more evolved version of self. And to become a more evolved version of self, you usually have to let go of some old beliefs you were living by to create something new. So, for example, if you want to manifest a particular relationship, you have to step into that up-leveled version of yourself that will meet that new person. This is something I'm personally working on now. And so for me, in the quantum, there is that version of me that's living that life with that person already. It exists as a potential because I've already created it. But I've yet to merge with it because I'm yet to be at that same frequency. You see? So I can feel what it is that I desire. I know exactly what I've created. I know who that version of me is and who I need to become in order to fully step into that version of me. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to really know it and then feel it, because you've already created it. But if you're single now, like me, absolutely nothing wrong with that. You're exactly where you're meant to be. So, what now in your present life? How do you move forward? Just exactly as you are. The one thing that you want to be sure of is your level of consciousness around what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're doing. So remember, in the visualization, you created the version of you that has the life that you want. And also remember that this version of you had a specific way of feeling and thinking and being. And in order for you to grow, you will be required to change your thoughts. You need to let go of something in order to step into something new. And in order to change your thoughts, you have to become aware of them. So that's why I say that you've got to be conscious of them. So let's dig a little deeper into that. What thoughts have you been having that you no longer want to have? And what feelings do these thoughts create? And therefore, what feelings do you no longer want to feel? And what behaviors do you no longer want to take? Those ones that you took because of those thoughts and those feelings. So when you're thinking about the behaviors you no longer want to take, I want you to think about, are these actions and thoughts loving? And I'm betting they're not. The thoughts, the feelings, the actions that you don't want to have, they're from the ego mind that wants to keep you safe. But in keeping you safe, it also keeps you small. We love the ego. We don't want the ego to go anywhere, but the ego does keep us small, largely because we've been conditioned that way. So these thoughts are centered around beliefs that you've created over your lifetime, right? Or the beliefs that you inherited. So it's your choice to continue thinking them or not. But like I said before, we have to become aware of them. Without the awareness, you just keep having thoughts, which keep creating feelings, which turn into beliefs. And as a result, we take action. And this might be happening with your awareness or without it. So when you watch a TV show, right, and you see someone have an emotion or an emotional reaction to something, and then that person instantly goes and grabs some food and eats it. That's a conditioned behavior that we constantly see in television. When you feel something, you go and you eat. And it trains us to do the same. But what's happening in that moment is that person's experiencing the feeling and they're not conscious of it. They just grab the food and put it in their mouth. So it's that person who wants to stop that behavior who has to become aware of the thought of, I don't feel good about myself right now. And therefore, I'm walking to the fridge or the cupboard to get a snack. Once that consciousness comes into your mind, once you become aware, then you can intervene because now you know what you didn't know before. And that's really powerful, but also really a little bit tough because then you've got to take responsibility for your choices and your actions. You've got to take responsibility for your thoughts. You have to admit to yourself that you're having the thought and that the thought is not serving you. So when you want things to shift, you've got to go through this process. You've got to become aware. Then you've got to start taking responsibility. So let's flip all of that stuff we don't want on its head. And let's now think about what we do want. So, what thoughts do you want to have about yourself and your life? Because that visualization we just did, you created the thoughts that you wanted to have. You know what that version of you that's empowered and unstoppable, you know what thoughts that person has. So we've got to eliminate the ones you don't want, and we've got to start having more of the ones that you do want. And those thoughts will create a feeling. So what feelings do you want to feel? Empowered, strong, confident, beautiful, worthy, loving, kind. And what behaviors do you therefore want to do? Because we do have to take action in life. This is what life is largely about, taking action, having experiences. This is what we do in life. We have experiences, we try things out. And then as a result, we create things. So your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors, they're going to create your life. Whether this concept is new to you or not, this is something you've been doing since you were born. You've been creating your life. But in 2024, my friend, which starts now, the energy's already here. It's been here for a while. Now you have the choice to really step into that power, to get real with yourself. And I get it, it's scary. I've got some big shoes to step into. So I get it. But remember that your ego is not going to give up without a fight. It's not as simple as saying, I think this thought now, and so it is. It's consistent effort and practice. It's daily work. It's daily speaking of these as affirmations or reminders. I have little things pop up on my phone during the day, reminding me of how to think and feel. It's daily journaling. I think that writing and speaking are the best ways to solidify these in your mind. Also, because when you write something or when you speak something out loud, you create the feeling. And the feeling is a super important part of the process. Thinking it alone is not enough unless you can think it and create the feeling, which is also definitely possible. We just did it before in our visualization, right? But thinking alone is not enough to manifest what you want. So, my friend, if you didn't make any notes, now's the time to do it. I want you to grab your journal, pen and paper, and note what you experienced in the visualization. I want you to then write down all the thoughts, the feelings, the beliefs, the actions that you don't want to have anymore. Then I want you to write down all the thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and actions that you want to have going forward. And each day, should you take my ideas on board, you're going to choose to have these thoughts so you can create new feelings and beliefs and therefore take different actions. Each day, you're going to keep reminding yourself of what you don't want to think, believe, feel, do. And you have to become conscious in the moment when these pop up so you can eliminate them and change yourself in that moment. The more you do it, the more you become it. And while I'm here, I'd like to introduce you to my new one-on-one program, Who Do You Want to Be? An 8-week journey with me. We're going to meet weekly and we're going to do breath work. We're going to talk about what it is that you want and who it is that you want to be. And through your own conscious mind, with your own conscious awareness, bit by bit, and my support, you're going to step into that version of you. It's all online. You can do it wherever you are in the privacy of your own space. You'll have access to me through Voxer. I'll put the link in the show notes below with all the details, or you can reach out to me personally with any questions at my email, bianca@breathewithbianca.com, and I'll be sure to get back to you ASAP. 2024 is the year to really step into who you want to be. I'll be doing it. You'll be doing it. The people around us will be doing it, even if they're not aware that they are. And one day, you're going to wake up embodying that version of you that you created in this visualization today. So keep believing, my friend, because anything you want to have is possible. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to share anything about your experience today, I would love for you to do so. Drop it in the comments, wherever it is that you're listening to this podcast. Or please reach out and email me and let me know. If you haven't signed up for my mailing list, you can also find the details in the show notes. If you would like to get access to my breathwork program, it's inspired by the Ho'oponopono. It's a 4-week transformational journey. You do it on your own, at home, comfort of your own home, 1 time a week for 4 weeks. That's also in the show notes. And finally, this weekend will be our first breathwork for 2024. So our group breathworks take place on a Sunday morning. I have changed the time to 8 a.m. AEST. So that becomes 9 a.m. AEDT, daylight savings. And of course, check what time it is wherever you are located. But I would love to see you there. And I've changed my offering. So now the breathwork that I'll offer once a month online is, and this was inspired by a beautiful meditation practice. Shout out to the Inner Light Meditation Center crew. They inspired me to offer these as free, and they call it energy philanthropy, which is basically you give what you believe you want to give, and you just give from the heart. So there's no expectation that you will give me any money. Of course, I offer my service with love regardless. If you'd love to donate, I'd love to receive. If you can't afford it, totally fine. No expectation from me. So that class is on Sunday, the 7th of January at 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It's online, happens once a month. The next one won't be until the 11th of February. I would love to see you there. You'll find the link to attend in the show notes also. I'm sending you so much love to your 2024. I am rooting for you, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.